Hi everybody. Today is a special virtual spotlight of our Members Day. Today I have the pleasure of having a very close friend of mine, Anita Evans, which is the co-founder of Wow Academy, World of Winners. And she's a coach of business people. So welcome, Anita. Thank you so much for joining me today.
It's a privilege. Thank you.
I'm happy that we're able to still do these spotlights via the Zoom call. Oh no, and it fell. And this is the technical difficulties we have with it.
Well, we make a mistake. We keep
part of it.
Yes, it is.
So I know you sent me a few things that you're offering in terms of your coaching and how you've been doing this for quite some time. What got you into this?
It's a great question. I've had the same business coach for the last 22 years. And he's a gentleman that whatever is in my way or in my blind spot, and most of all, whatever I want to accomplish and wherever I want to go to win, he's there for me. And he'll call me out. He'll ensure that I'm consistently getting clear, staying in action, and surpassing my limits so that I can have extraordinary results. He had asked me to join the team about a decade ago, and in my world, I just wasn't ready. I was doing real estate, and I liked what I was doing. But there was call it a conscious awakening, call it, an aha moment, that I was lacking fulfillment and passion. And so I jumped onto the team at Wow Academy, and I'm so grateful I did it. I can never look back. It is the most rewarding and fulfilling work. It is the most rewarding and fulfilling work. Anyone
and I find you very in tune, and I've done a coaching session with Anita, as I'm telling you now, and you just hit like certain points that just make you reflect. And I love that, because I go back home and I'm like, okay, I got to work on this, because these are things that you just like nab, you get it. You understand what I'm saying, and you can translate it into something that I can just do to evolve, which I know you're big on. So explain to me what, I know you're offering this 52-week free online coaching type of sessions. So you want to get into that a bit of how exactly you're offering it and what exactly people are going to learn from?
Of course. So we put together, and I say we, our team put together a 52-week training program, because we truly believe that for one to evolve, you've got to constantly keep practicing and training. It's like a pilot who wants to fly. Well, you got to put your hours in the air and bank hours. It's the exact same thing in evolution. To be able to evolve, you've got to keep training and practicing. So we made it clear and simple in a way that speaks, let's call it everyone's language, in a 52-week training program. What I'll mention too that's so important is to evolve, you've got to be able to first get clear with yourself where you want to evolve. So is it in your family? Is it in your business? And let's just use business for a sec. Where exactly in the business? Is it expansion? Is it transition? Is it development? There's something you're up to at all times. Currently, right now with the crisis, there's, yeah. So first and foremost, in the training program, I want to make it clear that it's so important to distinguish a loss of power. Because when you're powerful, keep going. And, right?
Absolutely.
Now, it's the loss of power that we want to be able to talk of. When there's a loss of power, and I don't mean power as we're typically accustomed to hearing. I mean it like there's three things that happen. It's either you start reacting, and if you're asking yourself, do I react? I can guarantee you, oh yes.
Oh yes.
Oh, yes.
Guaranteed.
We all react versus respond, and that's fine. We're humans, so it's a normal thing. But there's a loss of power when we start to react, and then there's a loss of power when we lose ourselves. And there's a loss of power when we stop being who we truly are. So this 52-week program is actually 52 different distinctions that can be used for the rest of your lives. We're using a 52-week program a year to give you new habits. And it's not about getting this perfect, it's about progression. The name of the game for us is to lighten you up, is to empower you, to feel like yourselves, so you can, to be in your world. So the first one, do you want to go into the first one?
Might as well just like a little bit of a touch of what the first one is. And I know, is it the control versus master? Is that the one? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the one.
Go ahead.
And so control versus master. What's the difference between the two? Really, what is the difference between controlling versus mastering? Have you noticed that once we have a need to control, we are in a state of fear of losing, avoiding the worst, in search of a magical solution that can remove all the doubts, the concerns in the situation. So that's when we start to control things. It's not wrong. Another distinction in coaching, we don't look at things like there's something broken or we've got to fix anything. It's about being able to address. There's a difference between addressing and fixing. When we address something, there's no story, there's no drama. We address it so that we can make a different move. Right? So what happens is our actions are based on our beliefs and our emotions. And once we're able to master our emotions and distinguish our beliefs we have about different situations, we're able to make better choices. And wait for it, this is so huge. You and I can sit here and talk about it and go and for days.
And days, absolutely.
And the key is to be able to align our actions with our values instead of our fears. So let's talk values for a sec. Values. What are some values that you have, Katerina?
Family values. I mean, to instill respect, integrity. These are like the top of my list that I can think of at this time.
That's amazing. So let's say that your fundamental values are family, respect, and integrity.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever you find yourself in a mode of control, okay, because it'll happen, and you want to bring yourself back to mastery, anchor yourself in family, in respect, and integrity. And sometimes it can get foggy, right? When we start to control and we start to spin in reactive mode, that's okay. Anchor yourself in family. Everything you do, you put an action plan together, family is at the base.
Agreed.
That'll ensure you stay in mastery. So for those of you listening, what I suggest is you do exactly what Katerina just did to start, is think about what your own fundamental values are. Okay? Love
it, because I think in order for people to get engaged is that to know what your values are. So maybe before I know we're going to get them to register with you via, I'll give all the information, but things to be aware of before they actually engage into the online course. Do you think that's something that you can, anyways, I'm sure they'll reach out to you and ask you exactly how to start. But I think everybody needs this program in their lives. And those who will register will realize that to start is a beginning. And that's where the evolution starts within oneself, is just to have that mindset to say, you know what, I'm going to start.
I have the privilege of being with you today, someone who is training, has been training for years. So you were able to come up with 3 values like this, and this was not rehearsed. So, and for those of you who are like, wait a second, I'm not sure what my values are, I'm not sure where to go there, I get that. So reach, as reach out to me. We want to get it so you can see for yourselves what your values are. It is so crucial. It's like you want to cry. Your soul is so excited and lit up by your own values that you will not budge off of them. It wants, you want to just jump for joy because you get them. That's what I'm talking about, because that's what will ensure that fear when it does come up. Because let's be real, fear exists. It's about having the courage to go beyond. And the values will anchor you in love and success to be able to do that. Okay?
Anita, I love it. I find you're an amazing coach. I mean, you come to Metspace with some of your clients and you see that fire burning. They walk out like, I'm so excited. And I get it. I've done a coaching class with you. And guys, if I can recommend one coach, and it's this girl, it's Anita Evans. Whoops. And here we go with the technical difficulties.
So wonderful to be at home with you. Thank you.
So, I think the best way to reach out to you is via your Instagram account, correct?
Sure. Instagram is simple. It's Annie, A-N-I, Evans. My name, Annie Evans. Send me a message and I will get back to you. I'm quick, 2 to 4 hours during business hours, 8 to 5, and Saturdays. Sundays, let's say I'm off. But besides that, 2 to 4 hours on Instagram with Annie Evans. Main thing for me is to get you training. Is to have you train and practice.
So guys, sign up. It's a free 52-week online training. If you can't reach her via Instagram, you can't find her, you know where to reach us, or reach her is via Metspace through this link on our Instagram account, Facebook accounts, whichever one that you're seeing this video on. But Anita, thank you so much for joining me today. It means the world to me. And I think everybody needs to hear what you have to teach and get everybody on that path of growth, evolution, and building that world of winners as your company states.
Yes, thank you so much. It's an honor to be here.
Thank you, Anita. And I hope to see you at Metspace very shortly.
Yes, when they give us the lift, we'll be there.
Can't wait to see you, my dear. Thank you so much.